not surprisingly, in Southern California, there were 90,000 fans in the Coliseum for that game. There won't even be 9,000 by the looks of it here today. As we are underway, the Gold Cup championship match, you'll see Colombia in their yellow moving. Tony Menezes for Canada, plays for Botafogo in Brazil. Into the box it goes, headed out. Colombia with early pressure here, and the shot harmlessly high of the net. Candelo. There's Jeff Clark and Hastings doing good work in midfield, but away come Colombia. Menezes back, but there's a shot, and that's just off the mark. And they are quick on attack. That was number 20, Victor Bonilla.
And I've talked to the Colombian, made it look much worse than what it was, but all Mark did was get an arm across him to stop him, stop his forward progress.
Here's a good-looking foray by Jim Brennan. Tries to get it across. Too many Colombian players there. Another shot from Stalteri, and that's deflected wide.
Canada are looking the better side right now.
Senior side will be a friendly at Varsity Stadium in Toronto against Trinidad and Tobago before they kick off their World Cup qualifying in June. And here comes Colombia, and a shot there is a very poor effort.
A rather fortunate bounce. Stalteri's had his best game of the tournament thus far.
Headed on there for Canada, and a shot by Nash, and the ball is still available. Eventually that one was called, but my goodness.
Best.
Carlo Corazon will wait inside the box for this from Martin Nash. And a header on it there, and that might have been it. That is a goal for Canada. The header was it Jason DeVos?
It was Jason DeVos at the far post, getting up and doing what he's good at.
Canada have taken a 1-0 lead late in the first half here. We're at about 45 minutes off a corner kick from Martin Nash. Jason DeVos at the far post. It's a set piece Canada uses every time, and this time it worked.
Well, and we saw from the earlier set play the attention that DeVos was attracting. Even though they know the ball's going to him, he does a great job, and he's one-on-one at the back post, heads it down perfectly, and Gomez can't handle it. But what Jason DeVos did on that occasion was he came very late. He didn't stand in the space. He came from a long way back and was able to get up, well up over the Colombian defender.
Well, Jason DeVos is 6'4", 205 pounds.
Great header.
At 6'4", 205 pounds, Jason DeVos is able to get up and over top of everybody, and Canada have the lead here as we approach the end of the first half.
And not only do they have the lead, but they're full value for the lead at this point as well. They've had the best chance prior to the goal and are playing very, very well.
This is his 21st appearance for Canada. He now has...
This is club soccer in Brazil. So the fact that he can go back to Brazil, or hopefully he can go back to Brazil.
And here comes an opportunity for Canada. This is Jeff Clark, and he's taken down in the box. And it's a penalty kick for Canada, says referee Peter Pendergast.
Great run by Jeff Clark. The goalkeeper came out. Looked like he was going down. Definitely a penalty kick. Stepped across the path of Jeff Clark, which results in a penalty.
Jeff Clark taken down by the goalkeeper, Diego Gomez.
With his feet, which is very unorthodox.
And so now, this kick to be taken here, and it's a goal for Canada by Carlo Corazon to give Canada the 2-0 lead. And how big is that, folks?
And Carlo Corazon demonstrating that his penalty shot against Costa Rica was by design. He went exactly the same place, straight down the middle, and looked very confident in doing so.
Carlo Corazon with his 4th goal of the tournament. No problem on Diego Gomez.
And at this stage of the game, Canada, again, full value for the victory. Or for
not a victory yet.
For the lead. I'm sorry, you're absolutely right. There's still time left, but if they continue to play the way that they are, and here we see it from behind, straight down the middle. Obviously, Gomez didn't scout Carlo Corazon in his penalty shooting, because if he'd stood still, it would have hit him. Exactly.
A little more than 15 minutes to go. Play in the Canadian box, and this could be trouble right here. And they're in, and it just goes wide. And that's how close Colombia was to getting on the board.
Well, for the first time.
Stalteri. Losing it there, and in come the Colombians with Asprilla. And they've got numbers in the box, and there's a penalty kick coming up now for Colombia.
And it looked a little bit harsh. You get another look at it, we'll be able to tell.
Jeff Clark pulling down.
He definitely had his hand on him.
Edwin Congo, the victim there from Jeff Clark.
We'll get a better look at it from here. Reaches around.
The only problem was Lateby didn't take the kick, but the guy who did, David Naked, did what Lateby would have done. Here comes the penalty kick now from Colombia. And Forrest makes the save on a rather weak-looking effort from the Colombian.
Well, I think Carlo Corzin, I think he made the shooter think about it. Moving across the line, and again, another feeble effort, but credit Craig Forrest for making the shooter obviously very anxious, and it results in what Craig Forrest makes to look a very easy save. But look at him moving across the line and giving the shooter Congo so...
Can you imagine what it feels like to be a Canadian soccer player as Peter Pendergast blows the whistle? It's official. Canada, 2000 Gold Cup champions. How does that sound?
Well, an absolutely improbable conclusion to this tournament, but let's say it again. If they had good fortune on their side up to this game, they didn't need it today. Today was simply just a solid performance.
Out of the first round, facing tough opponents like South Korea and Costa Rica. Didn't matter.